Reverse, yank, break, smoke, get you know it up, put on more speed. Shekai kickers, our quarterback, our leading our ball game. All obstacles, block, cut, slides, through the game, tap, this win it. Press you again, here for the first minute. Carry a lot of people there for 6 minutes.
Rocky Top, you'll always be.
Just look around. You got the mountains, you got the most beautiful city in the whole entire country. The university is absolutely, looks like it's out of a storybook. It's just beautiful. People are incredibly genuine and extremely nice. It's just a place that obviously I'd want my kids to go to school. And it sells itself. You don't have to sell anything about this place. You just got to get them here. You know, the old field of dreams. Yeah. Build it and they will come. It's already built.
I know everybody thinks it's cliche, but, you know, I truly believe in my heart, you know, that we all are blessed just to have the opportunity to be at the University of Tennessee. You know, we've had some guys in the past that always felt like Tennessee was blessed to have us, you know, and that's not the case, you know. So these guys, I think they're believing in what we're doing, how we're doing things, that they understand is bigger than us as individuals. It's bigger than me as Coach G, it's bigger than Coach Banks, it's bigger than Coach Eck, you know, it's bigger than any one of them. You know, it begins with the T and ends with the T.
99% of the people in this world want to be great. Would you agree with that? Yeah, they're called wannabes. 1% work to be great. Drop the mic on that.
You know, I know what I came here to do, and you know, it's my job to go and get that done.
Tony Swanson says, SJD, will you ever go back on the Talkin VAWLS network?
Ooh, I like Talkin VAWLS. I think that's Boogie Bentley running the show over there, man. That's he's awesome at what he does. We actually were trying to get on his show during their stream for charity. Ended up not happening just by nature of the schedules conflicting. But yeah, absolutely, we'll make that happen here in the near future. Boogie does an awesome job, and they do an awesome job over there on that platform. So yeah, without question, without question.
Good Wednesday evening. Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name's Boogie Bentley. He's Coach Jay. We had a fun show planned. Tonight. Coach Jay was going to come on and kind of be, I don't know, were you going to throw rotten tomatoes at Rocky Top Tom and Coach Rice? Like, I said, look, I'm kind of the mediator. Are you going to be the mediator? You're like, no, I'm going to come insult people. Look, I was excited because
exactly my plan.
The film breakdown challenge. You're the reigning champion. I don't even know how long you've had that belt. I think you've had it longer than Bruno Sammartino had his championship in the Worldwide Wrestling Federation. You're undefeated, never lost. I don't know that you ever will lose, but I was excited to have a number one contendership tonight. Coach Rice versus Rocky Top Tom. You know, Tom took you to the limit. It was kind of like Rocky won. You went to the limit, and you looked at Tom and said, you ain't getting no rematch. And he said, no, I want a rematch. I'm going to go through. Coach Rice, and I'm going to get my rematch. Coach Rice still ain't here. Do you smell fear in the air, Coach Jay?
Is there fear? Did we send Pony Express the invite? Is the horse on its way, Boogie?
I thought I could just mail it
Coach
to him.
Rice? Okay. All right. Yeah.
I mean, they have technology where a guy from East Tennessee and a guy from California can become good friends and talk Tennessee football all day, every day. But Coach Rice, apparently in West Tennessee, that doesn't work. You gotta send it snail mail. So hopefully he gets the invitation. But let's have some fun. We're gonna get rolling here. We got very, very few people watching live tonight. I don't know. Maybe they hate the film breakdown. Maybe they're watching the baseball team struggle against Vanderbilt, losing 7-4 in the bottom of the fifth. I would rather talk recruiting than watch the baseball team embarrass themselves. I hope that's not the case. But let's see who's hanging out in the chat. Fish and Beans was here early. What is up, my friend? Tony Canada is here. Brad showed up, but he never dropped his door fee, and I think he probably left. Everybody was waiting on Coach Rice. They left. They're like, oh, I'm going somewhere else. I'm going to another channel. Foul Ming is here. He says, if you want to be the man, you got to beat the man. Little Spooky is here. Tom was hyping up his opponent, who failed to show up tonight. We'll see what happens. Mrs. Coach J is in the house. Chuck's in the house. What's up, Chuck? Says, hello, my Vol family. Guys, come on in, smash the thumbs up, share the link, let people know we're live. This was kind of last minute. I've been promoting it for a few days, but we did get a super chat from Black Metal Banjo, $5 super chat. He says, door fee. We appreciate that. I had a rough day today. I am not in a good mood. It was a rough day, and that door fee, that super chat from Black Metal Banjo cheers me up just a little bit. So we appreciate that, my friend. Let's see. We got a huge Peyton Manning fan in the house. Oh, it's so funny, but I rep the U. Thanks for Tyler Barron. We were talking about Tyler Barron just before we went live. I think he may have got lucky that the U came calling with some money. All right, let's have some fun. Good old Nate Pruitt drops a $5 super chat. Shout out, Nate. Needed it. Appreciate that. Says, cover charge, Boogie, howdy, Coach Jay. God bless and go Vols. Shout out, Nate Pruitt, for the super chat. Coach Rice is still having some struggles. But don't worry. I got a plan. Look, I've been on many a local wrestling show where somebody's car broke down, the flight got delayed, whatever. They didn't show up. The booker says, get out there, give me 35 minutes with wrestler Y over here. And you got to go figure it out. You got to learn how to improv, and that's what we're going to do tonight. Vol Fan 25 drops a 20 spot. That's an Orange Boy. You know what we're going to do? We're going to play the clip.
Rocky Top, you'll always be.
I'm going to also update the leaderboard. Easy for me to say. Volfan 25, top donation of the night. Appreciate that. You guys put me in a better mood after a rough day. I think we bought a money pit, Coach Jay. I think we bought a money pit. Volfan 25 for $20. That is not cheap. Tennessee has been firing on all cylinders, and it is great. GBO. All right, we're going to BS. We're going to have some fun. And if Coach Rice can't get things figured out, I got a solution. Little Spooky for two says, when does Tom become Coach Tom? I don't know, man. I had to make some of these guys change their name. I think I made Coach Rice change his name to Coach Rice. Tom says, I just refuse to change my name. Rocky Top Tom is the best I could ever wish to be. All right, the challenge tonight. 3-star U is a theme that pops into the comment section all the time. So we were kind of talking about it, laughing about it. Coach Jay said, roll that out with those guys. You had to pick a 3-star. It could have been a Tennessee target, a Tennessee commit, whatever you wanted to do. What I love about the challenge tonight is it's the battle of the running backs. Both of these guys, Coach Jay, you know how it is. I don't tell you guys who is being picked. You see it 2 hours before we go live. Both of these guys picked running backs. Rocky Top Tom picked Mills Knight. Coach Rice picks Tennessee commit Justin Baker. So I thought we should put a little bit more emphasis on this thing because there was no crossover there. Who's the better player? If you had your opportunity, any 3-star that's a Tennessee target or a Tennessee commit, who would you have rolled out for this challenge?
It's funny. I thought about it when initially I found out it was going to be 3 stars. and I had it down to two players. The first one was a current Tennessee commit, Sidney Walton, who's listed as a cornerback, and I projected at nickelback. So he's a good one, but I think I would have settled on Christian Gass from Georgia. He's a linebacker. I know he's listed like as warm interested in Tennessee. That's a linebacker Coach Jay would love to end up a volunteer.
BallFan25 also been a member for 4 months, as Rocky Top will always be home sweet home. Shout out to BallFan25. We appreciate that support as a member of the channel. You guys can hit that join button, get that power T beside your name. We would greatly appreciate it. Look, let's just jump right into it. We've been rambling. I've been rambling. I've been BSing. I've been having a good time. Rocky Top Tom's in the house. Tom, you don't have a challenger tonight. Do you think it's fear? Do you think Coach Rice is scared? Because have you noticed something? Right? He's messaging me on Facebook. He's messaging me on Twitter. He has yet to show his face in the chat.
I wouldn't want to face me. I can tell you that. No, I don't think he's afraid, but I'll tell you what, I'll take his time and talk.
All right, so here's what we're going to do. Yeah, Tom, I had to tell Tom right before we went live, bro, dial it in. Here's what we're going to do. I'm calling an audible. I'm gonna screw things up for both of you guys. Here's what we're gonna do in the private chat in the back room of StreamYard. There are the timestamps for Justin Baker. So Coach Jay, I'm gonna make Tom go first. He won the toss. He deferred. He was gonna go second. Coach Rice failed to show up. You've got 5 plays, 4 plays, and that last play, 158, is a bonus play. You are gonna be kicked off the show. You got 15 minutes to look at this tape. You guys, this is a non-title fight. Coach Jay is stepping up to the plate. We are putting him on blast. This is real live and in your face. He's got about 15 minutes to take a look at this film, jot down some notes, and then we're going to get back into it. So, Coach Jay, I bid you adieu. God bless and good night. Bang. Tom, your opponent's terrified. He's terrified. But look, we have a job to do around here, and that's to put on a show, and that's to have a good time, and that's what we're going to do tonight. You pick Shekai Mills Knight, 3-star running back, in-state kid out of Chattanooga, Tennessee, 556th nationally. But the common theme I hear with Shekai Mills Knight is that he's underrated, and he's a guy that's trending up. When you watched his tape, when you were trying to decide who you were going to roll with, why did you go Shekai Mills Knight?
Well, I'm going to go ahead and apologize ahead of time because my dog is freaking out right next to me on the couch. He's having a heck of a time right now. It's like he hadn't been outside for 5 years or something. But I picked Shekai Mills Knight because, one, in-state kids that you want, you got to get them. You got to land them. You can't let somebody come in and pick up he's listed at 6'2", I think. Yeah, 6'2", 210. I think he's probably about 6'1 and a half, but I'm not going to get picky about his stats or nothing. He runs downhill. He runs violent, and he knows what he's about, which is great. I tried to look up some things about him to see if he's a track star, because a lot of the best football players are track runners, or they're track runners for the most part. If you're a speed guy and you run track, you're going to kill it. Every play that I watched, except for one of his house calls, he leans forward at the end of the play, and that's a track thing, and that's a discipline thing. He's got the discipline that it takes, and that was one of the things that stood out to me other than just his size. But we need tailbacks too. And this guy, I watched a lot of film on the 3-star kids, but he absolutely stood out. He's a violent downhill runner. Oh, you're muted.
Man, my computer's going nuts. But maybe we were not meant to go live tonight. I don't know what's going on. Something that I liked, that I thought was interesting, just good timing for us. Matt Ray over at VolQuest, like 5 hours ago. And look, we've had this plan for what? You guys picked your players yesterday, day before. So we've had running backs on the brain for the last couple of days. Matt Ray put out an article about the running backs at Tennessee, the targets. And this is what he was talking about with Shekai Mills Knight. Says he's a top priority for Darrell Sims since Sims took over the position on Rocky Top. Says he's originally from Canada. But with it 90 minutes down the road now at Baylor, he is a priority target, 6'2", 210, bigger back with an impressive blend of speed and power. Said he was most recently at Tennessee for an unofficial for spring practice, scheduled to return for an official visit on June the 14th. Says he's also scheduled to visit Miami, Alabama, Auburn, and Ole Miss in the month of June. Going to make his decision prior to his senior season. But, again, we're talking about 3-star, right? 3-star U. I don't want this kid. I don't need this kid. He has offers from Michigan, Alabama, Ohio State, Miami, Auburn, Ole Miss, Oregon, Florida, South Carolina. Need I say more? Sometimes don't look at the star ranking. Go look at the offer list. I think it will tell you more of a story. VolFan25 for another $20 super chat. We appreciate that, brother. You guys are picking me up. You guys are picking me up after a rough day and a rough start to the live stream. We'll play the clip.
Rocky Top, you'll always be.
VolFan25 says, thank you, Talkin Vols, for giving Tennessee fans something to get hyped about. That's what we try to do around here. We are glad to have you guys along for the ride. It's a community, man. It's not about what I do or Tom does or Coach Jay or Coach Rice or Dauber, X Factor, anybody that contributes to this channel. It's about you guys. It's about community. It's about having this channel, giving a voice to the voiceless. The fan base matters, right? Everybody comes on. Tom has become a part of this show through the fan call-in show. Same for Coach Jay, Coach Rice, X Factor. We now have a voice. The fans have a voice, and it's the most powerful voice on YouTube is right here on the Talkin VAWLS Network when it comes to Tennessee football. Something, this is what Mills Knight said on Darrell Sims. Said, when I came up, I got to see him coach, and that has stuck with me. Said he's a really good coach. He's intense. He does good stuff to develop the running backs. Just knowing that, I would feel comfortable with him being my coach in the future if it all plays out. He's a man of faith like me. Says that is a big plus for me and my family. His understanding, I feel like he has a great connection with the players, so that is very good as well. Again, that official visit coming on July the 14th. But look, this is a live film breakdown. That's what we're going to do. We're going to get into the film. Again, if you just jumped into the stream, Coach Rice having some technical difficulties. So Coach Jay has been put on blast. He has to take Coach Rice's player, which is Justin Baker. He's in the back room right now. He's got about 15 minutes to put together some type of film breakdown in a non-championship fight. All right, let's get into your film here, Rocky Top Tom. We're starting at the 17-second mark. We're queued up. We're ready to go. What do you see? Dial it in. Dial it in. We got 15 minutes.
So, all right. This kid is blessed with two things other than just natural physical talent. He's got good coaching, and they know how to use the good offensive line that they've got. Now, on this first play, your center's going to get blown off the ball. It's something that happens from play to play here and there with high school guys. It's going to happen. It even happens during the college. Watch out, bud. Stop. Sorry, my dog. Now, this, I couldn't figure out if it was just busted offensive line assignments, but they do have a good offensive line. This play doesn't necessarily reflect it, but he's going to make the play happen. That's part of why I chose this play. If you can pause it at about the – sorry, I had my time marks here. What are we at? 17 seconds. I think it's about 8. I think it's about 19 seconds. If you can pause it right when we're about to see where the hole's going to develop. Yep. Okay. So your center got blown off the ball right there. Clearly. I mean, he's the one in the backfield that's standing straight up, didn't get his butt down. But Knight is going to cut to the outside here. The hole is, you can obviously see where the hole is right off tackle here. And they lined up in a little bit of a different formation than what you'd see from a Heupel offense. But he uses his head here. He sees the hole, but he doesn't cut inside to that truck-sized hole right there. He's actually going to cut out because he's going to need to bust a tackle here in about another half second or so if you want to run this until we get to the next stop. And there's the arm tackle. He's going to break that, and he's going to make another cut outside. And this is just where he turns the burners on. I mean, he absolutely busts this wide open to the outside of his receiver. He gets a really good block from his receiver, or maybe it was the end. I can't remember. But, yeah, he's going to cut out, and he just turns it on. Gone. This is the state title, by the way. I can't remember the name of the other team they're playing, but this is Baylor out of Chattanooga, Tennessee. I'd like to call this kid the Chattanooga Choo-Choo. I mean, he really, if he comes to Tennessee, I want to call him that, and we should get him a shirt for something like that if he becomes a star, because he's got it.
He's 6'2", 210. That looks like pretty good speed.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, he outruns the safety. Again, I don't know what the level of competition is there, but then you do have the track meet finish, like you talked about a little bit earlier.
Yeah, the safety took a bad angle on that one, but he does make the play. I mean, he sees the outside cut to begin with. He breaks an arm tackle. It's not really a tackle, but it's an arm stretched out trying to wrap him up. But, yeah, he absolutely makes that play big time.
All right, moving on to play number 2, 28 seconds.
Yep. So this one, we're going to see more of a hypo look. Okay, you got your off the line end or playing a wing. You've got your twins right, got a receiver down low. You could be going anywhere with this. Okay, you could be reading the outside zone that hypo likes to run with the end pulling around, and a guard at the same time. And you see a good defensive look here. Okay, they're in a solid defensive look, even though what's going to become the play side end, he's perfectly positioned with his outside backer off of his tail there to really stop anything that's coming their direction. And as soon as you see the snap, you're going to see that play side linebacker, he's going to freeze. Okay. Sometimes this happens with younger players, high school level, but if you want to take it just a second or so, and this is going to become a perfect looking flare route from our guy. No wasted motion at all. That linebacker freezes, okay? He's looking at the quarterback. Quarterback's telegraphing the throw all day. He knows exactly where he's going. It might have been just a perfectly designed play. But when your quarterback delivers the ball, look at him looking forward, okay? Mills Knight's looking forward. He's not going to turn back towards the quarterback, like back towards the backside of the field like some people do. There is another play in his film where he does look backwards. So I don't know if it's that he is perfectly trained up at this point and that was one mistake, but that's perfect because he's looking forward to the ball. He's not looking back, and he doesn't have to turn his body all the way back around. No wasted motion at all. And then he burns it. And look at that. He leans forward. He's got the discipline again. That's the track thing. Absolutely love it that he's got the discipline, if he really does run track, to try to do that, you know, to better himself for another sport. That is discipline in young kids that you really want to see. He's got the burners there. Now, let's see here. We got this next one. I don't know
Hold
if
on.
you
Yeah, we're gonna move ahead to 3:30 here in just a second. Coach Jay's been in the back room. He's been in the back room. I can see him. He's still on camera. He's got the head down. He's grinding. He's working. And then here comes Coach Rice just rolling in 22 minutes late, and he's like, I'm gonna step in, and I'm gonna need look. Let's just figure this out. Hold on, Coach, you're muted. I muted you.
I just want to make a real comment real quick right now. I'm about 3 timestamps in. Yeah, you're on. I'm about 3 timestamps in. I was gonna put the belt on the line, man. I don't step in that ring and play no punches. The belt was going to be on the line. I mean, I'm just kidding. I mean, wait, what? What are you talking about?
Oh, man.
Oh, he left. He just left. I just heard the belt is on the line, and now this is a real train wreck.
He was like,
I think we got.
I think start working again.
Yeah, this is not fun. This is not fun.
I was going so quick.
I think I don't. I feel like we should. You know what? All right, we're not really going to end the show. I just feel bad for Coach Jay.
We could hear you, Coach Rice.
He was here. He was there. All right, let's get back into the film breakdown. Coach Jay, get back to work. I don't know if I'm just going to I may put Coach Rice on the bench. I can't make Coach Jay sit back there and work and not get an opportunity. Let's jump right into it. Back to it, Tom. 3:30. What? This may be the worst stream we've ever done in the history of the channel.
Nah, there's going to be. Well, maybe not going to be, but there's bound to have been one that was a little bit more, you know.
I don't think so.
Riches.
I don't think so. Foul Ming's been a member for 26 months for the fans. By the fans.
I love that name.
Clearly, it's by the fans. Shout out Foul Ming, who invited me to the NFL draft in 2026. All right, let's get back into it, Tom. Got a couple more plays we're going to take a look at here. 3:30.
So
what do we got?
3:30. Awesome. So this is what I call the Robert Shaw play. Anybody that's seen Jaws remembers the scene where he looks over and he says, he can't go down with 3 barrels, not with 3, he can't. And then just sinks right down. There's going to be like 6 helmets on this kid at the end of the play. Now, this isn't flashy, but it's pure willpower. Okay. Now you can already see, because whoever cut this film for this kid on Huddle, they need a talking to, because you need a little bit of just a split second before the play. But you can absolutely, yeah, this film is one of the worst films, but for the actual players in it, you know, this is one of the worst ones I saw. But that actually speaks volumes about the kid himself. But you've got a bad defensive look here. Okay. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down linemen, and you've got 2 receivers immediately outside of your, it looks to be his right tackle here, who's got his head down, by the way. Bad form. He's got his hands inside. But instead of trying to cut it outside, Mills Knight's going to go right to where the hole was designed. Okay. He doesn't care that the hole's about to get closed up by a good read on this linebacker, which kudos to the linebacker, but also he can't bring him down. You keep your feet churning, and you're actually going to see towards the end of this play, he gets 6 yards off the LOS here. He's going to get 6 more yards, and it doesn't even look like he's truly driving his feet, because it looks like he's tippy-toeing himself up the field. That's how much power he's got at 6'2", 210. So you can go ahead and play this one all the way through. He speaks for himself right here. He really does. And doesn't try to cut it outside, just goes right up the hole, doesn't get brought down, just trucking. I mean, that's what you want to see for your running backs. And if y'all want to do yourselves a favor, you want to watch his whole film and be impressed that when he does get brought down in this film, if he doesn't break it for 6 and he gets brought down, it's by more than 2 or 3 people almost every play. And there's multiple plays where it's 3 or 4 or 5 guys. He is a heck of a truck to bring down.
And I think that's something that we've kind of been looking for, right? We've been looking for that short yardage, big physical back. We're hoping that Cam Selden is that guy, but I like the physicality mixed with the speed. 233, is that where we're going here? I know we're kind of off the rails because we had a different number of plays, but let me go back to 233. All right, let me get it queued back up. All right, here we go.
I messed up on that one, but I'm glad that we got this extra play. Now, all right, 2 of my favorite things about this are not even my tailback that I'm breaking down here. He makes a perfect read, okay? But there's multiple phases to this play, and I'm going to spend the most time here. Sorry about that. My best buddy's trying to call me while he's supposed to be watching and voting for me live. But anyway, I'm not above stacking the deck in my favor. I'm just saying.
Hey, if you're not cheating, you're not trying.
Exactly. Dirtiest player right here. So one of my favorite things right off the bat, that is a perfect example of a high school football referee. I mean, look at this guy. He's absolutely got the perfect look of a high school football
this dude right
referee.
here. That's him.
Got
He
the
is
whistle
him.
hanging out. Yeah. Just
That's hilarious.
Got that look to him. All right. Now,
it's called a gut, Tom. It's called a gut.
Back to business here, though. We have 2 ends, and we've got a back to the side in the gun. I love this formation because you can really go anywhere with it. You could go a read option. You could go a speed option. You could go a zone read. You could go a quick toss to the outside, like kind of a buck sweep if you were to pull somebody outside, or maybe a fold. But what they're going to do is they're going to hand it straight up the gut. It's going to be a perfect ISO, and he's got perfect sight. He doesn't waste any steps. And if you pause it at exactly 236, we're going to see something that is absolutely gorgeous right there. Okay. So you've got and maybe just a hair. There we go. That's perfect. Look at 51. He's got great leverage coming off the defensive line. He fired off the ball real quickly. He actually got the edge on the double team because, look, he's actually splitting it, okay? But as far as scheme, this is perfect. You have 2 on the play side double teams, okay? And then you've got another backside B gap double team between your backside guard and your tackle. So your guy can go anywhere with this ISO. It's supposed to hit right up the gut, and it does hit right up the gut. But look at how many lanes you've got. You're going to see the backside linebacker off of our backside end here, number one. He's going to choke down on this play from the backside, and he almost makes the play. He really does. And our guy's going to break yet another tackle. He's going to get out of that, and then he's going to cut it right up the seam. Now, this right here is where an offensive line, you've schemed it perfectly. And your back can go to, what do we got here? 51 center. So you've got the number 51 here splitting the 1-2 position here. We'd call that a chuck block in our scheme. But you could run off guard. You could run inside your center between there. You've got another hole all the way outside your play side tight end here too, where you could run up and you'd have to get through 11. But he's got perfect sight. And this is the perfect moment where a defense is either going to crush the offensive line as far as making the play, or they're going to get beat. And they get beat because he makes the play in the backfield. And even with the perfect scheme, our tailback has to make the play. I really don't understand how that happens. Usually when you see 3 double teams on one play, it's to the house no matter what. But if you go another second and a half, we're going to pause it at 2:37 and a half. Boom. Okay. So you see that backside linebacker just crunched down like I said he was about to. And 51 makes a hell of a play here, okay? He has beaten that double team 1,000%. He's done his job all day. But his teammates let him down. 50 got blown off the ball. Backside defensive tackle and backside ends got blown off the ball. But this linebacker is going to come down, and if you hit play, you can let it roll, and you're going to see him break the tackle and scoot that A hole right there, the A gap. And yeah, I'll eat that one later. But yeah, so you're going to see him scoot, and he just makes the play, takes it to the house. And this is the one that he doesn't have the discipline for his track, but I think it's because he knew he made a heck of a play. And he scoots right through. Boom, gone to the house. Thank you. I mean, that's just beautiful. He makes the play in the backfield. Otherwise, he's down for a loss. And then this last play, how long have we been wanting a back that can pass block? How long have we been wanting a back that has just Clinton Portis style? And I know he played at Miami, and I know the whole deal with we lost to them, but still, all I can say is pass blocking for this. This is my bonus play. He has to do a little bit of work on his original positioning right before the point of contact, but pass blocking. I love it. He delivers a blow. Boom.
Oh, you got to have that dog. You got to finish that block. You got to finish that block. I want him to put that man on the ground. I want him to put put him on the ground.
Yeah.
Nice block. Finish it.
Yeah.
He needs some of that offensive lineman dog that we've been seeing here lately.
Yeah.
That's what he needs in him.
He actually could have gotten blown off on that one. The defender had the leverage on him, but he knows how to use his size and get lower. I don't know if anybody wants to go back and watch that, and you break it down very slowly right before contact. It's like he's sitting on an invisible chair, and he could get destroyed by the defender trying to come in and make a play. I know, buddy, quit whining. But he doesn't, because he knows how to use his body. I mean, he absolutely used himself perfectly. We need this kid, okay? I know we need a lot of players, but I would love to lock this kid down, not just because he's in state, but because he is nasty with the ball in his hand. He wants to hit people. He cuts well, but he wants to hit people.
Was there anybody else that you were thinking about with your 3-star thought process? Who else were you leaning towards out of curiosity?
Oh, yes, I was. And I was this close to picking Onis Konanby or Conan Banny. He's pretty locked down corner, and he plays a little bit of offense, if I remember correctly. I was absolutely that close. But when I saw how violent Mills Knight is, and I saw that play where instead of trying to cut it outside like so many high school kids, They're going to take that risk. They want to run outside because they see all the NCAA highlights. They watch you on Thursdays or Tuesdays, and it used to be Sundays. But you know, they want to. They want to cut out. They do. They want to cut outside because they see those ESPN highlights, and they're like, "Oh, that could be me." But he absolutely wanted to run where the gap was designed to be on that play, and that was actually the selling point for me. In-state wasn't enough to break the tie with Conan Banny because he's a hell of a player too. But when I saw that play that he chose to run through where the design hole was because he wanted the contact, that was absolutely game over for me.
All right, it has been a complete cluster tonight. That is the breakdown on Shekai Mills night. Coach Jay has been in the back doing his homework. Coach Rice may finally have it dialed in and working, but Coach Jay's been working for the last 15 minutes. For the sake of not having issues, we got to roll with it. Coach Rice is still in the back. Actually, let's just Coach Rice. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Let him play.
Coach Rice.
Let him play.
Just admit you were scared. Just admit you were scared.
Dude, with what I've been dealing with, I'd rather admit that I was scared than deal with what I was just dealing with.
Oh,
no. This remote no longer works because I threw it.
Hey, let me ask you something.
That's how much I care about this, Boogie. I literally threw this remote through a wall. There's a whole. I'm going to have to break.
Technology can be so frustrating.
Let me ask you something, Coach Rice. Are you going to go on full on Blackbeard and start putting black powder ties?
It's going to grow
off in your beard. There you go.
It's growing on out.
Absolutely.
I'm letting it go. So
there you go.
Here's what we're gonna do. Coach Jay's gonna run it. I think it's kind of funny. Like I hate that Coach Rice had issues tonight, but I think it's also funny that Coach Jay got put on the spot, and I want to see how he responds. Coach Rice is dying to talk recruiting. He wants to yell and scream and fuss. I was actually talking to my wife about it. I was like, I've got to tell Coach Rice that live film breakdowns aren't the time to cuss about recruiting. But guess what? Friday night, 7:00 Eastern time, Anthony Agamoro is going to come on. We're going to talk to him. Me and Coach Jay are going to interview him. And then after we wrap up that interview, we're going to talk some recruiting. So Friday night, the floor is yours, my friend.
I will be there.
If you want to hang around in the back and listen, if you want to jump in the chat, whatever you want to do.
I'll jump in the chat. But real quick, I want because I wasn't able to get on last night. Coach Jay, congratulations, my man.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. I'm proud of you, man. I'm proud of you. I'd watched the rewatch last night, and I was like, that's my guy right there, man. So I'm proud of you.
I appreciate it. I appreciate all the congratulations and stuff like that. You guys are awesome, man. You're my family and my community, so it means a lot. And
that's a beautiful thing about this, right? Like you guys both were going into the playoffs, right? You were both going in the postseason, and it didn't work out for Coach Jay. But guess what? We're going to ride or die with Coach Rice. Like we celebrated and lived through your success. That's the beautiful thing about this community, man. I was talking to my plumber who wanted to talk about YouTube for 45 minutes today as my house is flooding, and he fixed it. He was great.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No. Well, I was just gonna say he was talking about being man, you do YouTube. Like, could I do a plumbing YouTube channel? And I was like walking him through it, and he has a passion for teaching and educating people. And I'm like, you're born for YouTube. And I was like, one of my co-hosts lives in California. He's going to fly out here and spend the night with me because that's my brother. That's how, like, the community that we have built is second to none, man. It's like we're ride or die. We celebrate Coach Jay's success. We celebrate Coach Rice's success. It's a beautiful thing. Go ahead, Coach Jay.
I just, if I'm doing this thing, I just wanted to know why Coach Rice picked him and what, are a couple driving themes that, we can go through when we go through this film.
Well, my main thing is he's been he was one of our first commits, leader of the class. I think he's been solid Tennessee Vol the whole time, and I love the program he's at. He plays at that Buford High School in Georgia, one of the bigger programs in the state of Georgia, so he's playing
Yeah,
elite
tip
competition,
Yep.
elite competition week in and week out. And he didn't hide from competition. You know, the year freshman, sophomore years, he had the top running back in the country in front of him. And he didn't shy away from it. He said, I'm going to get me some carries, and I'm going to be the next legendary running back at Buford High School. So he has great vision, great power, runs through arm tackles, and he's a touchdown waiting to happen. I look forward to hearing what you got to say, but that's why I chose him. I think he's going to be John Kelly-esque. He's my what's the word I'm looking for? The prototype type running back. He reminds me of John Kelly a lot. So,
Yeah, he does have that vibe to him.
That
sure.
little shorter, stocker, big thighs, and runs.
Still got good weight. Still got good weight on him. 200 pounds.
Oh yeah, good weight. And that's what John Kelly did. He wasn't the fastest super speed demon, but he ran through arm tackles. He gave his all 110% and played at an elite program up there in Michigan. So it just reminds me a lot. We all know what John Kelly did for the program when he was here. I think he could do. I think Justin Baker could do the same. So I'll be on the chat. You make us proud, Coach Jay.
Here's what we're gonna do.
I got you.
I'm gonna imagine this is one of Justin Baker's family members there in the chat. Says thanks, Coach Rice. Runs a 10-9. Let's go.
Yeah.
Here's what we're gonna do. Typically, we do these live film breakdowns once a month, but guess what? Me and Coach Jay, we've both been a little busy. Some of us trying to be college football coaches, others of us fixing plumbing issues, flooring issues. I think we bought. You ever seen the Tom Hanks Money Pit movie? I'm living it right now. That's my life. We've been busy, so we've let you guys down. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna shoot for 2 weeks. We'll see. We'll talk schedules. Rocky Top Tom and Coach Rice will have their showdown.
Yeah.
Hopefully within 2 weeks, and then we'll go 2 weeks later. We'll give you guys double the price. That way, Coach Rice. I want Coach Rice to get the opportunity just because the way things shook out tonight. It was kind of fun to let Coach Jay jump in here. So shout out Coach Rice. We'll be back in 2 weeks, and you and Tom are going to showdown. All right, yeah, Friday night, 7:00. We're going to go. Anthony, his father said. Anthony, I said, sir. Anthony. Can I just call him Big Ant? I'm horrible with names. I say Chris Brazel, and Brazil. I've still not figured it out. I get yelled at about Nico's name. But regardless, we're going to do that 7:00 Friday night. And then after that, we'll talk recruiting. Coach Rice will jump on here with me and Coach Jay, and we'll have a good time. Shout out, Coach Rice. I hate you had issues, but look, the show must go on. It's all good, man. We'll figure it out.
Right.
All right. Appreciate you, brother.
Guys.
Killer hat, man.
Tom's going to the back room. Coach Jay.
I mean, it's going to be interesting.
Is the title on the? This is a non-title.
That's your call. You're the manager.
This is Rocky IV. This is a non-sanctioned fight. This is not for the title.
An exhibition.
Yeah, this
Hopefully
is
I
an
don't
exhibition.
Get killed by Drago right now. Yeah.
This is an exhibition bout. But let's talk about Justin Baker. Again, a 3-star prospect, fitting the mold here. Three-star you, Buggy. Yeah, let's talk about some 3 stars that both of these kids, man, both of these guys I think are underrated. Justin Baker, 5'9", 200 pounds out of Georgia, 5'19", nationally ranked. But again, kind of like the same as Shekai Mills-Knight, a lot of people say underrated. He committed early, October of 2023. Like Coach Rice said, one of the first guys in the boat, had a great relationship with Coach Mack, right? And then Coach Mack moves on. Here comes Darrell Sims. Guess who his first phone call was to? That was Justin Baker. And look, Lane Kiffin at Ole Miss, they were trying to weasel their way in. What does that tell you? Tells me that Justin Baker's got some talent and other SEC schools want him. Here's a quote from Justin Baker after that phone call. He said, him calling me really made a big difference. When the news first got out there, they couldn't talk because of the dead week from the rules with the previous staff, so we didn't know what was going on right away. Can you only imagine being a high school kid? You see that your position coach is moving on. They're bringing in a new guy, and nobody can call you. Nobody can talk to you. Imagine getting a new boss in corporate America, and that boss can't call you, and you're going, who am I reporting to? What's going on? So because of the dead week that was going on, he said Coach Heupel called as soon as he was able to. We had a lot of questions, and he really assured us that we were a priority no matter who comes in the building. He let us know that they were going to get a guy that fits what they see, not just in me, but as a culture standpoint in Tennessee. Heupel gives us the call. Coach Halsey calling us, Coach Thurman, and Walt calling us really meant a lot. That means a lot and goes to show that it wasn't just Coach Mack that wanted me at Tennessee. It was the whole staff. What do you think about that from a coaching standpoint?
I mean, I think it's kind of a nightmare, man, right? Like you just don't know what's going to go. The worst thing in life is just not knowing always, right? So it's always going to be the worst thing just to not know and to try to, be patient, right? We all hate being patient and trying to figure out what's going on, but luckily, cooler heads prevail and we're all good. Is Justin Baker in the chat right now?
I think he might be because I think his dad was in the chat. I don't know if Ernest Baker is his dad.
Okay.
So I think that
all right.
is legit. Locked
All
in
right.
1,000%. Let's go.
Yeah,
Let's go.
and Justin, we would have a kid in the chat the day that I didn't prepare, the day that I had to, the day that I had to like get timestamps 2 minutes before I come on. That's all right, Justin.
You've been put
see
on
you.
blast tonight, brother. You've been put on blast.
I've been put on blast. That's all right. That's all right. We're gonna move with it, and you can yell at me when I mess things up, I suppose.
All right, so that's look, he's dialed. It's kind of weird. I don't know that have we ever done a breakdown for a kid that's already committed. It's kind of like, all right, we're just gonna ride right into this thing. But I like that he committed early, and I like that he went through some adversity, and he's committed. People all the time say it's all about money, it's all about NIL, it's all about this, that, and the other. Nobody's committed to the T. Guess who's committed to the T? Justin Baker's committed to the T, and the culture and what Josh Heupel has created here. So let's jump into the film. And again, full transparency, Coach Rice had some technical difficulties. We put Coach Jay on blast. He got these timestamps, 15, 20 minutes ago? That was it? And he went straight to work.
15 minutes ago. Yeah.
Dan Porter says LFG. What does that mean? Let's float and
go.
Let's float and go. Let's float and go. Foul Mean gifted a Talkin VAWLS membership. We appreciate that. It went to David Queen. Shout out to David Queen for being a lurker. Appreciate you guys lifting me up after a rough day in the money pit. Keep those super chats and those gifted memberships coming. All right, Coach Jay got these timestamps about 15 minutes ago. Here we go. 0-0-0. What do you see? This is kind of fun. I'm actually having fun with this.
I know you're interested. I know.
I am. Right. Usually you have a week to prepare. So let's get into it.
Yeah, we got twins to the bottom of the screen. Right now we're looking at the D, either nickel or 3-2-5. Nickel look from the defense. I don't like the spacing from these linebackers right away. Maybe Justin can kind of talk at what he's looking at in the chat right here. But these spacing from the linebackers, I don't like. I do like that fullback that your offense is rocking right here to your weak side. We're going to be attacking here. Just Boogie, go ahead and you know the drill around here. We're going to just let the couple first seconds of this play go and watch it develop. And let's just watch over this first maybe step or two. The offensive line gets moving here, and let's maybe see what Justin's looking at here from the backfield. Because one thing I love about Mr. Baker's game here, there you go. We got some guards pulling from right to left across your screen. You've got some motion from that in slot back coming across the screen, getting that end to squeeze down and bite, hopefully opening up that A gap. Now you see these linebackers in here tight, right? And they're coming downfield. And look at the eyes already from Justin Baker downfield. Look at Justin's eyes, nice and downfield at those linebackers. Vision is what I love about his game. And as he pops through this hole, he is a no-nonsense back, guys, right? So we're talking north and south right away. Tom so adequately mentioned a little while back in his breakdown. You get a lot of kids in high school who played junior All-American ball, who played that Pop Warner ball, and they like to bust it to the outside immediately. No, we need to get north and south. We need to be economical runners. We need to get on that inside hip. of these pulling guard, pulling tackle, and get behind it here. And what you're going to see is him bust through an arm tackle from your will. You're going to see him bust through an arm tackle from his strong safety. And, as they mentioned in the chat earlier, yeah, he's strong, he's powerful, but he's got some breakaway speed too, man. A lot of people sell him short on his speed. He can pick him up and put him down too. I wouldn't classify him as a true burner, but he can pick him up and put him down. Let's check out these arm tackle busts. Arm tackles just simply aren't going to be enough with Justin popping through this hole. Great vision. You see the hop step pulling back. Look at him get north and south there. A lot of kids hit the old R1 button, whoop, on that closing cornerback right there. Boom, north and south, right through the break. I just love me the vision right here. Gets skinny right behind that hole, cuts back to the weak side, but then gets narrow north through that hole again, and then you see the speed right there.
You know what I like about him and Mills Knight both. People question their top end speed, but we're seeing them finish runs. And I know maybe you'll see how that translates to the SEC, right? But I think Josh Heupel's always going to scheme you up to have the advantage. But they're finishing runs. They're outrunning defensive backs. So how much do you put into top end speed for a running back versus a guy with good vision, a guy that makes good reads, a guy that makes the right cut and gets, like you're talking about, north and south in a hurry? How much does top end speed matter? I want some top end speed. You can't teach speed. How much do you prioritize speed versus good vision?
To me, good vision is everything, right? Speed is extremely important, but I'll take vision every day over speed. As long as the speed is serviceable, I will 100% take speed. Vision every time here, Boogie. I definitely will. Also, there's something else really funny that has happened. We're in his junior highlight reel, right, Boogie?
Oh gosh, are we on the wrong tape?
All right. Yeah, I think
this is junior. This is junior highlights.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I did the timestamps for the other one. So.
So your notes are going out the trash now.
Yeah. Let's have some real fun, baby.
It's getting real. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're really gonna have some fun.
I just grabbed the first reel because I did such a.
But you nailed that play. You knew what was going on with that play.
Yeah. I'll tell you what we're gonna do since we're gonna do this in real time. We're gonna just run the play.
Yes.
Talk about a little bit about the pre-play, and we'll just go through it like Coach Jay goes through his timestamps in real time. That's all right. We can get a look at it, right?
This may be the biggest stream wreck. The most epic stream ever. But let me tell you something. Since Coach Jay took over, since Coach Jay took the seat, viewership is going through the roof. We're almost to 100. Share the link out. Let's grow this thing, man. I love the live film breakdowns. We've got a niche audience. Those of you that are film nerds, football nerds, you guys like it. Let's continue to grow this thing. Would I rather have 500 viewers, or would I rather do something I enjoy? I would rather do something I enjoy. And this thing is getting weird. So here we go. Coach Jay has no idea what's going on. Here's the pre-snap formation. Tell me what you see. Tell me what you're thinking. I'll play the play, and then I'll come back to zero, and we'll walk through it. I'll give you a couple of seconds at a time. So here we go.
First of all, I'd love to know what if Justin's still in the chat. Shout out and let me know what formation you guys call this.
I'm pretty sure everybody left. I think they're like, this is the most
I'm out of here. Yeah. I mentioned in the breakdowns before. This is a pistol, so a version of the pistol. We call this a Glock formation, at least when I'm scheming up defense against it. We call this a Glock. Obviously, we have motion coming from the bottom of the screen to the top of your screen. Looks like we got a nickel look out of the defense here with, the star backer here showing a little bit of pressure off the edge on the top of the screen. I can talk about if I'm linebacker here. I can't see the down and distance, but right now I'm keying off that guard. I've got a clean view of him in between the D tackle and the DN there. I'm keying off that guard. If it's, 1st and 10, I'm just sticking to my run route triangles. But let's go ahead and take a look at this play here and see what we get out of Mr. Baker. There we go. We get our motion. All right.
Watch this.
Yeah, just some down blocks. All right. Gets north, gets skinny. Arm tackles, once again, just aren't going to work. And you see the speed there, right? Arm tackles will
Look.
not work. He gets north and south. You know,
Dummy football. That safety
Yeah.
should make this tackle.
Look
how quick he goes
absolutely.
by
Look
him.
at the angle. But notice he slows his feet. And let me tell you something. I'll tell you why that safety. Good job bringing that up, Boog. I'll tell you why he slows down. A, he's watching for the cutback, right? But B, he's probably seen that sophomore tape of Mr. Baker that I just watched. And I'll tell you what, there's a lot of safeties getting trucked in that Justin Baker highlight reel. And so I'll tell you what, he was probably thinking, is he going to cut back or am I going to get trucked? Either way, I'm going to look dumb. Justin's north and south. He's in the end zone and he's celebrating with his doggies.
Doggies in
go.
the end zone, and the trail runs right over your
That's
ass.
right. Nice
anything
just-
else from this play you want to bring up?
Yeah, just once again, we're going to beat it to death during this film, but the vision here, he easily could have followed. I don't know if you caught it, but pause it real quick, Boogie. You see 56 there in the middle. Now look at the offensive lineman upfield from him. Look at that. Now you would think you'd want to follow that block right there, right? Like look at that hole right there. Up through there, right on the inside of that man. That looks like the hole you want right there. But number 8 is about to get sealed, right? And not only that, if you cut this skinny, that backside defender that was in the backfield has a chance to make this play. And if you want to talk about vision, having the wherewithal to cut this just a little bit outside and then bend north, get skinny through the hole. Everyone talks about running through holes. Well, in the college level, you're really running through creases, not holes, right? So when you can understand this concept as a high school player, it's going to serve you extremely well at the college level. He does exactly that, breaks off, gets in between this outside edge guy getting sealed to the outside and gets north and does a beautiful job of calling it to the house. Boom. All he's got to do is beat that arm tackle. He knows he's got it.
I love him destroying the safety. I love that. That kid had the perfect opportunity to go make a play. Didn't do it. Here we go. Moving on to 58 seconds. You have no idea what that means because you've not watched this. We'll run. Show me what you see here pre-snap. The play's kind of already started a little bit.
We got some pull action going here. It doesn't, in the previous film, we saw some student body left, student body right, like power toss sweep. Here it's coming out of pistol. Looks like just kind of like a counter concept. We see all the linebackers starting to flow downfield. It looks like that safety is caught a little bit inside and not going to squeeze this. I'm anxious to see the vision as it breaks off. Boogie, maybe take it to like that handoff point and let's see what kind of vision we get off this pluck here. There we go. Look. So that's dirty. We got
a big old wall
outside. Yeah, he got a big old wall to get behind. So what do we think in the chat here? You guys think Justin's going to cut this inside off 51's hip, or you think he's going to follow 10 and 78?
Let me tell you what Boogie's going to do on NCAA. He's going to immediately go from right to left and go way outside, and this safety up here is going to cut down and tackle me, is what I would do.
All right, let's see what we got since we haven't seen it play yet. Pop.
Oh,
that's inside. It's what Coach Jay thought he was going to do. And
he's got a D1 offer, and I'm playing video games on Thursday nights.
Dang it, I should have said it first. But the reason is, like you said, that outside hole is sexy, right? We all know when we get to the outside, we cruise it, but you got to get north and south. And 51 had that sealed, right? Look at this. All he's got to do is ear hole that player or move down to the second level of his offensive lineman. Picks it up, and exactly that happens. His offensive lineman to his left side picks it up. He works his way to the second level, and it's sealed, man, north and south. Once again, vision, no nonsense, upfield running from Justin Baker. I love it.
Patience is something
exactly.
I don't have. I love it, man. I love it. Get north. I think he's got some speed, man.
He does.
Okay. Here's 247, which his dad said in the chat earlier. He was talking about speed. 2023, 11:10, 11:15, 11:19, 11:30, 11:41, 11:51 in the 100. So that's some pretty good track speed.
Oh yeah.
But let me rewind it back. I love that this played out the
Look
way
at
it
this.
did.
Just right off that hip. It's beautiful. All set up by 56's block on that interior tackle right there, and skips another arm tackle on his way to the end zone. I mean, I've counted 4 already in this early highlight film. I got to tell you, Boogie, I think every single play in the sophomore film that I broke down was an arm tackle that he broke. Like he had multiple in his first play. So awesome. You see him cut.
Look right here, pinned up,
cut.
pinned up.
Yep,
That's a tackle. That's a tackle.
pinned up.
But boom,
But great
just a little.
vision, seeing sevens there, so he can seal that backside safety help coming, which he gets to the end zone before it's a problem. But a great job, great job getting there, man.
All right, moving on to 127, which means absolutely nothing to you. But
Yep.
what do you see on the field?
Well, what I don't see is the other wide receivers on the bottom of the screen, but I can tell you just by not doing Xavier math that it's trips to the bottom of the screen. So 1, 2, 3 wide receivers to the bottom of the screen. We got Mike just squatting in the middle here. What do we got? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're losing in the box right now, right? So let's see if we're gonna get a run play to the outside or the inside here, or a pass play or pass protection. Let's find out what we get since I haven't seen this either.
I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna go to the point of attack. Now, what do you see?
Yeah. Well, what I see once again is that edge getting squeezed down by number 5 at the top of the screen. That's kind of even with the referee. If you can go ahead and stick your mouse on him, Boogie, right there.
What does this do right here?
Well, when
Wait,
the
hold
edge
on.
is,
Let me go back. Hold on. I'm gonna go back. So this is your corner.
Yep.
Okay. So he crashes in. Your corner's crashing in.
Yep, that's correct. So this play squeezed down, and you saw the vision at the mesh point. I mean, Justin sees this right away, and if you look to your ear hole side, if you're number 2, you're going to notice 56 has a pretty good squeeze on his man. It's not ideal. There's someone sitting in the hole, so you got to make a little something happy. You notice that plant foot all the way deep, and he gets low. I love the bend in the left knee. Exactly, Boogie. That bend in that left knee, so you can spring after it. And look at the knee already pointing this way at a 45-degree angle. So you squat down one way and then you pop back the other way. I think we're going to get that cut back right here. He knows he's got 32 pulling across the middle to help him. Let's check out what we get before we even see it. See if we got magic. There's our cut back. Gets really skinny in the hole. Doesn't take the true A gap, takes the B gap. Really gutsy and a tough decision right there. He could have taken that true A gap, but once again, take it back to that mesh point we're at. There you go, right where he was about to cut back. Yeah, when we were talking about that bend. All right, at that bend point, you see that
here?
Yeah, you see, I was looking through there, but once again, that man a little beyond that 56 is kind of getting blocked into his hole. So he decides to hit that B gap instead of that true C gap and try to beat that crashing cornerback through that hole. Oh man, tough stuff right here. Let's take another look at it because you have another linebacker sitting in that hole, gets skinny behind his own man. I mean, it looks like to us there's nothing there, but he makes something out of nothing and finds a crease, just a crease. That's special running. I'm going to tell you right now, when you can find a small crease like that, because in the Southeastern Conference, guys, Heupel's good at creating holes, but a lot of times you don't have gigantic holes in the Southeastern Conference. I heard Kyler Kurbison even talking about it the other day. A lot of college coaches and a lot of good high school coaches too will talk about getting through creases, seeing that crease develop, not seeing a giant hole and wanting to run through it. And that's what Justin can do. And that's what field vision can do for you. It's the difference between 4 yards and 30 yards, because you might not always have that super duper Alvin Kamara breakaway speed. But I'll tell you what, Boogie, if you can get 25 yards every time instead of 6 yards, you're going to be a damn good back in the SEC.
Shout out to Will for becoming a member of the channel. We appreciate that support. If you don't have a power T beside your name, what are you doing with your life? Hit that join button. You can do it for just $1. $1 is all we ask from you. We appreciate the support. Shout out Will for becoming a new member. I love this comment right here. It's fun to watch Coach Jay just spew knowledge, assessing it raw. I think this is good exposure for Coach Jay, that he does know what he's talking about. And when I'm making a video and I say Coach Jay said this, Coach Jay said that, it's because I trust him, because I've been around him enough to know that he knows what he's. I'm a nerd. I'm a geek for this stuff because I don't know this stuff. So I love to hear Coach Jay, Rocky Top Tom, Coach Rice. I love to listen to them spit knowledge. And I think we're all getting educated, right? When I say for the fans, by the fans, we're all fans. Coach Jay, Coach Rice, Tom, they're fans, but they also know more about football than I know, and maybe more than some of you guys know. So I'm enjoying this too. This is playing out to be pretty fun. I also saw somebody in the chat said Justin Baker just did an interview on another channel. You guys want Justin Baker to come on here? We're going to be on with Anthony Agamoro on Friday night. Hold on a second. Friday night, 7 p.m. Eastern time. We're going to drag him through the mud. I'm excited. Been talking to his dad for a couple of weeks now, working this thing out to get him on the show. So that's going to be Friday night at 7 o'clock. We'll talk a little recruiting after that. Nelson says Boogie needs to wear more orange. I said I was specifically putting this shirt back on after a dude freaked out and said he's never going to watch this channel again because I don't wear enough orange. And I'm like, I'm sorry. Like, if you don't like the Goonies, lose my number, bro. It's a Goonies shirt and a Frony. You don't like bison? You don't like a good bison steak, some good bison jerky?
I love bison.
Like, what are you doing with your life? You're mad at me for wearing a Froning Farms hat and a Goonies t-shirt? It's just Nelson's burner account.
Yeah, I'd love to have Justin Baker on. I feel like the Fates gave him a tough go at it here on the Talkin VAWLS network on his first show. And so we owe you, Justin, and we are going to do you right moving forward. I promise you that.
Hit him up on Twitter right now. Go tag him up on Twitter. I tagged him and I tagged Mills Knight in the live stream. I'm like, the first time I've ever tagged anybody, and it was a complete disaster of a live stream. But Coach Jay's picking us up. Let's go take a look. One last play here. This is the bonus play, but we're going to run it through. We're going to run it through like a regular play because, look, you didn't get a fair shake. So here we go. 158. What do you see?
Sorry, real quick before we watch this, the bonus play on his sophomore film where the seconds line up is like this crazy trick play to Baker. And it's weird that all the times lined up.
Like you just clicked
That's
on
what's odd about it.
What's sad is that you did all that work. You did all that work for nothing.
All those timestamps perfectly lined up with the start of a play, which is wild. But okay, so it looks like we got a tight bunch formation to the bottom of the screen, right? So that's just a trips bunch bottom of the screen. We got a good old single back set. Old school football right there. We're thinking power if we're linebackers, or linebackers got their hands on their knees. I don't like that. I hope Justin goes through a hole and clocks one of them, makes one of them pay for that. Yeah, let's check this out, Boogie. Let's see what we got. Maybe get that mesh point again, and then we can make some guesses. Oh, we get a little motion call from the quarterback, a little tap of the right foot. Ooh, okay. All right. So motion back is trying to pull those linebackers outside. And look, we see what that did already. You see number 72, our offensive lineman, Boogie, in the middle of the field there. Yeah, number 72. There you go. Look at what that did. That man that he's sealing has followed number 7 that went in motion outside. So we see what that did. It created a nice cutback lane. If we need it, that's not our first read, but it's there if we need it. We got a pitch moving to the outside, and we got some good blocking, right? The guy to the furthest to the outside, probably our Z wide receiver, has our man sealed at the 20-yard line. Exactly. Maybe guilty of a little jersey right there, right? Holding a little jersey right there. But our offensive lineman got a nice wall, and if I'm betting he gets skinny through that or makes that cut back. What do you got, Boogie? You think he's going to get skinny right behind that Guy's
I'm
butt
going,
on the
I'm
20-yard
going
line.
here.
You're going
I'm
the
going
back
north.
lane.
I got the football in my hands. I'm going north-south. Right
Very
through the
so,
middle.
and he's a north and south runner. Probably a good bet. Let's take a look at what that vision gives us.
Oh, he had to make a
Ooh,
man miss.
oh,
Wait, let's go
gather
back.
step.
How did 23?
Ooh.
How did 23 get back
Watch
there?
this.
Oh, he got. Oh, hold on. Wait.
So
Did he get thrown?
yeah, he gets washed. He got washed. So I can't see the number right
This
now,
dude
but
right here.
he gets washed. So Tom talked a lot of smack about linebackers the other week, but this is kind of the dirty little crap that offensive twerpy little linemen like to pull on us glorious linebackers.
Call him fat.
Like
Call him fat. That's the best.
These fatto linemen like to pull on us beautiful, perfect middle
ripped
linebackers.
Yeah,
They like to push us in the back. Our pads come flying off, and they see our perfect six-pack, fully ripped abs as we're lying on the floor by some cheap shot offensive lineman. But anyway, once again, the vision, though, right? He sees that. He sees that develop, and what does he do? He gets typewriter feet, right? Yeah, he keeps his feet moving. Rule number 1 is a running back: always keep your feet moving. And even though he's got to stop, he keeps those typewriter feet, as we like to call them during the breakdown, moving. Keeps those typewriter feet, regathers his feet, and look right here. What's he looking at? Was he looking at his feet and making sure he didn't fall, or was he looking at the block where to go? He was looking at the block. His field vision tells him to cut inside. He saw one of his 2 reads, gets skinny through the gap, and picks up positive yard. That's an impressive play. A good pick by Coach Rice, and that was certainly interesting.
I don't know. Should we do a poll? We got to do a poll, right? We got to do a poll. So I'm going to put it in the chat. No. We got to put it in the chat. Let's see. Start a poll.
Nothing on Baker. It was rough.
Now, Coach Rice, that's a good pick, though. I hadn't gotten to your guys' film, man. Justin Baker, he's got a hell of a film.
All right, so there it is. The poll is now in the chat. Who won the breakdown? And look, I don't know. The exciting thing for me was that it was Coach Jay just voted for Tom. The fun part for me with Tom and Coach Rice was that it was you guys, you had to pick a 3-star, and you both picked the running back position, and you didn't cross over. Like, you picked yours first, Tom. You picked Mills Knight first, and I was like, this is going to be interesting because never have we had a crossover. And I was like, Coach Rice is going to pick Mills Knight. And he didn't. He rolled with Baker, and I was like, this is perfect. We got 2 running backs, 2 3-stars. It's fitting perfect. And so that's what we got, and that's what we did. But, man, it was it was fun to see Coach Jay's process because you guys don't see that live. I don't see that live. I know how much work he puts into it. But Tom, what did you like about Baker? You've already talked about Mills Knight a little bit. What'd you like about Baker watching? I'm not going to ask you guys to attack each other because that really isn't. It's not really fair with this breakdown. What'd you like about Baker's film?
I definitely got hung up on what we were talking about on vision. Vision creates the speed that speed can't catch up with. Because if you've got vision, quickness, and you've got that reaction, you create the speed that you need, especially at this level where you're going to have dudes flying 1,000 miles an hour who really know what they're doing. And I hadn't gotten to watch Baker's film. He's got a really good film for sure. I'm going to go back and watch his for sure.
Yeah.
And he just hadn't been on that list that I had gotten down. I marked down a bunch of defensive players because I wanted to pick a defensive guy. But, of course, Mills Knight, he just stood out with me with the violent run, and I would really like that. But, yeah, he's a hell of a player. We're lucky to have him, for real.
Yeah,
and they're both going to be 4 stars. They're both going to be 4 stars. They will at the end of their senior years.
So too. Yeah. I think so, too.
And now I'll let you go, Coach. I know I keep,
all I was going to say to cap off the vision, I mean, if you think about some of my favorite backs for Tennessee, like Coach Rice mentioned Kelly, but even something like a Montario Hardesty or some of those early, Travis Henry. I mean, Travis Henry wasn't a burner, but he ran hard. He ran north and south, and he had perfect vision. The sky's the limit for Baker in that way. I hope we get them both. I'm with Rocky Top Tom. Good evaluation on Mills Knight. A really violent, strong runner. So I'll take all the violent, strong runners I can get.
One of y'all mentioned squatty body. I don't remember who said that. One of y'all said that. That reminds me of Montario Hardesty. He's got that squatty body.
Mm-hmm.
Like, man, me and the Indy kid went down to an orange and white game and met Montario Hardesty, and I'm like, I've never seen somebody so short and compact and so just ripped. Like a linebacker, Coach Jay, not like a fat offensive lineman, like he was just ripped and shredded, not like these offensive linemen with these big fat guts. You know, we have people that come on here and do film breakdowns and point out fat referees. They kind of look like fat offensive linemen. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
That ref is perfect, man. That ref is absolutely perfect. Shout out to whoever that ref is, wherever you are in the world. He's the one good referee in the entire sport of football.
Yeah, if you had see the Jamal Lewis question mark in the chat. Yeah, Jamal. Oh man, who didn't love them some Jamal Lewis, man? I think that I can't remember what year it was, but Jamal had that Florida game, and I don't think we even won it. But he was just decapitating people and taking helmets off defenders' heads, and which is awesome, man. I love when you get a good, big, strong running back or a good, big middle linebacker who is losing a game and knows they're not really going to win the game, but they're just like, you know what? You might win, but you're going to wake up really sore and with many a bumps and bruises on your.
Was that 99? Probably the next
It
season.
might have been. It might have been.
When we were at Florida, that was a horrible game.
Dude, I had a listener, and I don't give my address out, but this dude, he was one of the diehards early in the process, and he mailed me an autographed Jamal Lewis card. Rookie awesome. Card, Jamal Lewis rookie card autograph. So
nice,
good stuff. The votes are in. Coach Jay at 60% right now. Coach Jay,
pity vote.
We backed you into a corner. Look, sometimes technology happens. I got crucified for last night. They told me, Boogie, shut up and let the kid talk. I'm sorry that I was trying to comment and emojis popped up on the screen. Apparently, I was rude and I stole Anthony's moment, but it's weird because his dad was messaging me today, and we got a great relationship. We're trying to shine a spotlight on these kids. So call me rude, call me whatever you want to call me. I think we're trying to do the Lord's work for the University of Tennessee and these high school kids, man. You know, we say it all the time, me and Coach Jay, when we bring them on the channel. If you don't choose Tennessee, we wish you the best of luck. Like, it's fun for us to go along this ride with these commits, and they're trying to make the best decision for them and their families. Tomorrow night, NCAA night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. We're going to have some fun. We're going to have some drinks. We're going to get weird. We're going to flash some lights. We're going to play some music. That's what we do on NCAA night, 6:30 p.m. tomorrow night. Friday night, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Anthony Cade Agamura is going to be on the channel. The most recent commit in the class of 25. Me and Coach Jay are going to put him through the ringer. We're going to ask him all the questions. We like to drag him through the mud, get him away from football, talk about life. We got some fun stuff to talk about. I'm excited for this one because I've got some ideas, some things to talk about. I know Coach Jay does as well. Going to be a fun night, Friday night, 7 o'clock. We're going to interview him for 20, 30 minutes, and then we're going to talk recruiting after. So Coach Rice will jump on here. We'll talk some recruiting. So make sure you guys are dialed in, tuned in for that. All kinds of fun content, man. Jalen Matthews' commitment is right around the corner. June, July, going to be very busy. We're going to be talking recruiting. Rocky Top Tom's going to show down with Coach Rice in about 2 weeks. We got to get a date dialed in.
Figure out the topic, too.
Oh, yeah.
Or what kind of players we're going to use. As a matter of fact, if you guys stumble upon this video late, or even if you want to throw it in the chat now, let us know what you want to see. You want to see 4 stars next, offense, defense, certain position group. Drop it in the chat, drop it in, and we'll take a look.
I like unique ideas, and the 3-star, it was fun. It was a fun, and Coach Rice ruined it. He says, love my fam, and I said, Coach Rice ruined it. Shout out to Michelle dropping a 20 spot. I know Michelle likes my shirt. I know that from NCAA nights that Michelle likes my shirt. She drops a 20 spot. That's an Orange Boy. We'll play the clip.
Rocky Top! You'll always be.
Shout out to the lurker. You guys come hang out tomorrow night. I may do some stupid sales. We're going into an off season. It's the perfect time to come hang out, show up, show out, and buy a player. tomorrow night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Noah James drops a $2 super chat. Appreciate that, Noah. That's going to do it for this one. Shout out to Coach Jay for another dub. Undefeated, undisputed, undeniable World Heavyweight Championship, and then a dude wearing a Talkin VAWLS Elite shirt. That's what this stream is all about. For Coach Jay, for Rocky Top Tom, my name's Boogie Bentley. This is the Talkin VAWLS Network. Go Big Orange.
That we call